how are you doing today, Janet? It's really nice to be here. All right. I would be sharing my slides shortly. I think I need about 2 minutes for that. So once that is set up, I would share it.
Okay, just so you know, so Madam Chairman, a link is going to be shared with you. You can open the YouTube from your hand. That is where our participants are joining from. So you can see their reactions, their questions, or their answers to any of your questions. There's going to be a lot of
Oh,
interactions going on the side. But if you're
has the link been
unable
sent
to,
already?
yes, it's going to be sent to you right this minute. Someone is doing that at the minute.
Okay.
Be sent to you. But if you need help with checking what is going on the YouTube where our participants are joining from, the questions they are asking, just let me know. I'll be here.
Thank you. I would be waiting for the link. Then I would be preparing to share my slide now.
Please check the chat box. It's been sent down there.
Hi everyone. Can you all hear me? Janet, please, I'd like you to confirm if you can hear me. Janet, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
All right.
And
All
just
right.
like
Okay, no problem. So, hi everyone. Good morning. I'm really excited to be here. I don't know if you can see my slide. If you can, please do let me know that you can see. Okay, so today we'll be talking about innovation and technology for SDGs. And we'll swing right into it. We'll be talking about the objective of this masterclass. The first objective for us to understand the role of innovation and technology in achieving the SDGs, explore case studies so that we will be using some businesses or startups or social enterprises as case studies that are using innovation or solving innovative problems in Nigeria. Would identify opportunities for youth empowerment and entrepreneurship. And then I would actually encourage us on a little bit of collaboration and partnership for SDGs. The first thing we'll be talking about today is the role of innovation and technology. right, for startups. And that is, we're going to be setting, we'll be talking about the definition of innovation. So the first thing is that let's define innovation. Innovation refers to the development and implementation of new or improved or refined services or products or solutions. And then it also comes with or it also defines itself as being a process that creates value and address societal challenges, right? And technology encompasses this. It's more like the tool and the techniques that we're going to use, to solve these problems uniquely. Now, how can innovation and technology, do you understand, how can they accelerate progress towards the SDGs? First off, innovation and technology can help bridge gaps, and increase access to essential services, improve efficiency, and also create new opportunities for sustainable development. Because when for you to run a startup is one thing, but for you to come up with an innovation that can help that startup to be seamless is another thing, right? So let's use an example. Mobile banking now, right, has increased financial inclusion in Nigeria. Over 60 million adults now have access to financial services. Before, most times we think about how we want to go to the bank and stand on the queue. We want to, then they will say, sometimes they'll say, for example, there were some times when they will say women needed to come in cooperatives before they can access loans and all those things. But innovation and technology has actually helped us to now talk about financial inclusion, talk about gender equality, and a whole lot of things, right? And then now look at renewable energy. Now we now have solar home powered homes and everything. Instead of us now having to wait to use harmful technology that can be harmful to our health, we're not using great ideas like solar and other things to solve the problem. Now, we're going to have some focus areas on some SDGs while we're having this conversation, to give more examples. So the first focus area, I'm going to be using three SDGs, which is 3, 4, and 7. The reason why I'm using 3, 4, and 7 is because I think it's mostly where we play so many roles here, right? So the first thing we're going to be talking about here is good health and well-being, which is SDG 3. Now, innovation has seen, we're now seeing innovations in telemedics, mobile health apps that we're now using now. So we don't need to go to the hospitals anymore. We're now having to, so people are now solving problems. So maternity in low-income communities, some ladies say they don't have money for maternity or anything, but now there are a lot of organizations that because of their work towards the SDG, and now solving these problems and improving health through the SDGs, and the innovation is really helping. Now let's talk about for quality education. There are a lot of edtech platforms. We're now doing online learning. There are a lot of online learning. Some people do self-paced. Some people use what they call this thing now. What example am I going to use now? Yeah, tutorlet, but it's online, so you can be anywhere, you can access. Some organizations are doing it fully funded, while some organizations are also doing it. You have to pay a subsidized fee. Now look at it. We're now having a lot of digital literacy programs that can now help us. Look at how technology innovation is now working towards the SDGs. Or let's talk about 7, affordable and clean energy. Some people don't, so we know in Nigeria we use generators a lot, and the fossil fuel that it actually brings out is not good for our health, right? But now SDG 7 and the innovative ideas that young people like yourself and myself are now coming together to solve is not making it very easy for us to now access clean energy in our community. So we're going to be talking about some case studies, but before we talk about these case studies, I want you to reflect with yourself how your business or your startup or your project or your initiative is actually solving the SDGs. Now let's go to the next one, which is case study 1. I'm going to be using some of the SDGs we mentioned to give some case studies. So there's this company in Nigeria called MDoc. That's like medical doctor. So MDoc is a mobile platform that connects patients with licensed doctors for remote consultation, prescription services, health tips via SMS, voice, or video calls. Now, one doesn't need to go to the hospital when one has a minor headache. You can either go and reach out to somebody from MDoc. Now, how does MDoc address health challenges and contribute to SDG 3? Because looking at this, you know that MDoc is talking about good health and well-being. So MDoc increases access to healthcare services, particularly for underserved communities. So now with health, they are now giving people in underserved community access to good health, access to quality well-being, because we now use technology and innovation to solve this problem. That you are using a smartphone, an Android phone, whatever gadget it is, you can easily now have access to quality health from anywhere, no matter the background you are, because MDoc has thought of something innovative to do through SDG 3. Now they can manage chronic conditions. So if the condition has passed, they will tell you this is not a time for you to stay in your house and say, don't worry, I will be healed, my faith will heal me. No, this is a time for you to move and go to the hospital, because MDoc is there to help you. I know that this exercise might be dicey, but then I would want us to now, where we are, because I would want comments, I want to see comments. In 1 minute, I want us to come together and talk about brainstorm on potential mobile health solutions for local communities. It could be maternity support, disease surveillance, mental health resources, whatever it is. But I would want to see in the comment section how we can solve this problem. So let's talk about uh let's talk about the comment section. How can you solve these problems? All right, we have an exercise. I want to hear everyone's voice. Brainstorm potential mobile health solutions, whatever the solution is. Have you thought of solutions like, okay, so for example, we have young children who are in primary school, and we know that malaria is like one of the common issue. What kind of good morning, good morning. I would like to hear everyone's comments. If you can brainstorm, it will really be nice. Okay, so while we wait for exercises, I'll be reading the comments. I would want to talk about another case study, which is now the EdTech platforms. And I'll be using Sook, which is my startup. So my startup Sook is an online learning platform that provides tutor-led virtual lessons in vocational and tech skills. And we provide practical exercises where people feel like they're in the class, but they're at home, right? And we have personalized learning pathways for young people from low income communities. Now, we are now solving SDG 4, but we're using technology to solve this problem. So we know that we cannot reach out to everybody in Nigeria at once, so we can't build schools everywhere because these trainings are fully funded by organizations. But the only way we can solve this is for us to use technology. So we decided to form a low accessible technology that cannot, like, you need to use complex gadgets. So we formed an accessible technology that can help these young people learn skills. So they come online, they learn their skills, but the tutor will be there. So they have interactive sessions, they have exams, they even have first position, second position. So you feel like you're in a class. They have GPAs for those in the university. This is because we're trying to solve problem with technology. Now, how are we now enhancing quality education that supports SDG 4? We provide affordable in the sense that if you don't want to come through the fully funded, it is affordable for you to get it. It is engaging. The curriculum is aligned with what is happening right now, and students can learn from any part of the world. That is how innovative our solution is. That it is so innovative that you can learn from any part of the world. You don't need to have to come down to Lagos or Abuja or Osun State because you want to learn, or Imo State, but you can learn from any part of the world through our learning platform. And these things are really great because it helps you to understand. Now, I would want us to discuss again how we can use technology to improve education in more underserved communities. Is it true? Well, for offline, it's important, but then online, so that you can reach more people. So you're not limited. So think about it. Or are you trying to train teachers? So, for example, I know that there are a lot of teachers that maybe after the time they've gone for their teaching practices and they've gotten certified, that is the end. How are we equipping teachers with the fast pace of what is happening in the world right now. It is only if we can use technology to solve this problem. So how are we utilizing technology every single day? These are questions I would like to see if you're understanding them in the comment sections. Okay, so I'm seeing I like my classes being very engaging. So by taking frequent data from parents and teachers to know when the last children dewormed and whether they are good. That is very great, Mohammed. I really like what Mohammed is saying, right? I really like what Mohammed is saying. Look at, for example, right now, there are a lot of parents that don't know. There are a lot of parents that don't know that their children need to deworm. People think deworming is like, oh, it's only when the stomach is biting you. But then, how are you using technology? You take data, you put it on your Excel, or you can put it on your own platform that you've already. So you don't need. So technology does not necessarily mean that you need to build a product. You can use projects or things you have already to solve problems. So now, when you solve these problems, now you can use. Look at the way he said it now. Take data, go to schools, get an Excel sheet. Oh, when did this child deworm? Teachers can help you. They input it there. Oh, okay, they've dewormed this year. The next time for deworming is this time. If you can now go a step further, have SMS broadcast messages. MTN does that now, so it's very affordable. You send out these broadcast messages to these young people so that they remember that they're supposed to deworm. That's a very innovative idea, and I really like it. But then there's one part that people are ignoring now, which is the mental health part. But we're going to come back to that. However, we're talking about education now. How can we solve education with technology using this thing using innovative ideas we have, using technology to solve these problems. I'll be here reading the comments. I'll be here reading the comments. Let me see if there's anyone that has anything. We still need a combination of technologies and human message in order to meet the need of remote. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, we actually need technology for that. The next slide is talking about, now this is now where the question I just saw someone wrote now about we need human and technology synergy. Yes, we need human and technology, but technology is here to help you reach. So for us in the social entrepreneurship sector, in the social sector, we need to understand that we need technology to reach more people. We need a human person that manages that, but we need technology to reach more people. For us, technology is like an asset or an access or a pathway for us to reach more people, so that we are not limited to just our environment. Yes, we might be in an environment, but the solution we have, the environment doesn't need it. The solution you have, the environment, and you cannot. So let's say, for example, your solution, people that are um in the northern part of Nigeria or in the eastern part of Nigeria need it more, and you're in the western or the southern part of Nigeria. Now, with technology, you can now solve that problem because you can reach to those people without even having to go there or live there. So you can reach out to the people, you can build a team. Maybe you will not have to go there once in a while. So with technology now, but then we need to know that no matter how we love the technology and reach, without an enabling environment for innovation, we cannot solve or come up with ideas, or our ideas cannot be running. So now let's talk about the importance of supportive policies and infrastructure. Now, first off, there are government policies, there are regulations, and the investment in infrastructure. For example, broadband connectivity in the sense that I remember when MTN went down for days, and it was so crazy that we were not able to reach out, make calls. Some people missed meetings because of this, right? Or is it innovative hubs that can help us to, we have ideas, but we don't have the places where we can now come and, build these ideas. So some people are into robotics for technology. Some people have edtech platforms, but they don't have the kind of system that can help them to code it. Now, there are innovative hubs that have those systems that you can use. Some of these innovative hubs are affordable. Some of them they are fully funded, so you can use them. So, for example, the Lagos State government, I'm going to be using a lot of examples in Lagos State government. The Lagos State government pays for office spaces for innovative founders in the social entrepreneurship space or in the technology space between 3 months to 12 months, and I'm a beneficiary of it, right? So now when I need internet, or I need to use an innovative hub for my ideas or with my team members, I have a space where we go to, right? And then there are research fundings. So there are a lot of organizations that now have funding from government that now pay founders to research. So there are a lot of, there are a lot, the Nigerian system is actually very enabling for our social ideas. But the problem, our social businesses, but the problem is that most of us are not well informed on how to use these ideas, right? So now let's look at one policy that is out. The Nigerian government has launched initiatives like National ICT Roadmap 2017 to 2020 and the Nigerian Broadband Plan 2020-2025. So that means the broadband plan is still there, to support innovation and digital transformation. Private sector organizations like we already know CC Hub, which is Co-Creation Hub, and Ventures Platform provide funding, mentorship, and resources for startup innovators. So now the thing is, these opportunities are there, but you need to ask yourself, how can I access these opportunities? What communities do I belong to? The good thing is that you are in this community now, and this community can help you to access all these opportunities, right? So you need to ask yourself, how are you reaching out to these opportunities? How are you getting to get to these opportunities? With these things, these policies are there. I was somewhere during the week, and then it was still Lagos State government actually. So they even said that there were national budgets, which is nationwide. These budgets, they bring out money for founders in agric, in education, in several aspects. But the problem is that we notice that a lot of founders do not come and access this funding. So we now live in a very it's not, I don't want to use myopia, but our mindset is that you need to know somebody to know somebody. This funding is for us. If you don't go for it, you won't get it. Yes, sometimes you might want to go for a particular amount and then you end up getting half of the amount, or half of the amount. That's a quarter of the amount, and then you feel bad. But they've given you something to start. So let's say you're asking for 1,000,000 naira and you get 250,000 naira. What can 250,000 naira do for your startup? You need to prepare. In case I go for 1,000,000 naira and I don't get it, what can I do to get, what can I do with any amount? Is it 750, 500, or 250? What amount they give me? What can I do with it? You need to ask yourself those questions. You need to prepare your mind for those kind of things. Now, with those things, it helps. Now, let's talk about the youth empowerment, which is the third thing I talked about on our objective for today. Youth empowerment and entrepreneurship. We all hear about youth empowerment. We all hear about youth entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurs right now that we have in the sector are between the ages of 18 to 35. I remember when I was very young then, entrepreneurs were older people. But now, the generation we are now, a lot of young people are now in this space. We are seeing 18-year and 19-year-olds doing great things with their social businesses, right? Now, how can we now use this idea of youth empowerment and entrepreneurship and the role of it in driving innovation for SDGs? Now, Nigerian youths, they make up, like I already said, they make up a significant portion of the population. And we have the creativity, we have the energy, and the digital skills that have been given to us. Right now, we are getting digital skills, right? Every Friday, like I heard when Janet was mentioning, we get digital skills. So these digital skills help you to develop innovative solutions for sustainable development. So that is the role of youth in driving. Our role is to bring in our creativity, our energy, the skills we have to develop solutions for sustainable development. We can't have this energy, we can't have this community, we can't have this team, and we're not utilizing it. Now, I'm going to give some example of Nigerian youth-led initiative and startups that are driving the SDGs. First of all, I'm going to talk about a company. So the company is, I mentioned SDG7, so I didn't use that company for the case study because I was going to mention it somewhere around here. So Replast Engineering Nigeria actually helps women-led businesses. So they are solving two problems at the same time: gender equality, and they're also helping help and climate actions. Right. So now they are helping provide clean energy, but for women-led businesses to help them to be more productive. Right. We have Muazu Africa. Muazu Africa is a startup that helps young social innovators access investments, jobs, so that you're in the social business does not mean that as a social entrepreneur you cannot bring your expertise into organizations and also get paid for it. So Muazu Africa connects you to those kind of people. How does Matter Care help? Matter Care helps with solving problems like maternity problems, helping women that are pregnant, and they're helping solve this SDG3 or wheel cyclers. There will be a lot of them. In the comment section, please, I would like to see some people here mention their startups and what their startup does. Yeah. So in the comment section, I would like to see I like to see us mention. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I like to hear us talk about what we do, our startups, and where we are at the moment, so that I can know that we're having a lot of youth people that are leading some initiatives that are helping to solve problems in the organization. Before we move over to the last part of our conversation today, which is collaboration and partnerships that can help us. So I'd like to see in the comment section. I'm in the comment section. My startup is a catering business. Okay, so how are you using this to solve problems? So, for example, your SDG can be around good health and well-being as well. So it's really great. My name is Medica. We're trying to reduce the rate of mortality due to medical emergencies. That's really great. That's really great. Founder of A Million Eyes, an NGO that serves Nigerian undergraduates. Oh my God, I really love this A Million Eyes. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to see. I'm going to read more about you and maybe reach out to you on LinkedIn or any other social media platform where I find you. The voice on Ikachi, really great. I like what you're doing. And these are the things. Young people, this is how you can use. So how are we using technology to solve this problem? So undergraduates who are blind doesn't mean that they don't have skills that they can provide for your organization. How are you using technology to connect these people with the services that they can provide for organizations? Farm to home, I really love what you're doing. I'm into the first three SDGs. Wow, Mimi, that's really great, and I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that a lot of people are doing this. Now we're going to move to the final segment of our class today, which is collaboration and partnerships. Collaboration and partnerships, in the sense that we need to collaborate to reach more people. I don't see this as a competitive environment. As social businesses or people that are trying to achieve SDGs with our innovative ideas and using technology, we need to understand that the environment is not competitive, it is collaborative. Someone, like I mentioned something in the beginning of this conversation, people might be in, let's say, in the health sector. Like 10 people can be in the health sector. You can't reach to the same market. You can be in Oshodi, and then another person can be in Imo State, Owerri, or somebody else can, sorry, in Osun State, and we're all doing the same thing. It has to be a collaborative environment. How can we come together to reach more places? How can we come together to solve problems? What can we replicate in other cities that where I am? Since I the sector where I belong to. So now, how do we solve this problem? Let's look at the importance of collaboration between stakeholders. Stakeholders can be your fellow people in the same business with you. Stakeholders can be the government. Stakeholders can be investors. They can be anybody. They can be anybody. So, so let's talk about for us to achieve our SDG, it requires collaborative efforts between government, private sectors, academia, civil society, and international organizations. That is why the UN SDSN has been able to partner with the international one, has partnered with Nigeria and other countries to actually bring the Sustainable Development Solution Network together. So that is how it is. We need to have collaborations that can help us to drive our cause. These master classes are helping us to prepare our minds. Now look at these partnerships. Partnerships can now provide us with the resources. So, for example, like I mentioned earlier, that Co-Creation Hub has asset, gives young people access to their space or their hub to use it to solve their problems. Or and the Lagos State government is also paying for office spaces for people to use innovative hubs to solve their problems. So they provide you with the expertise, the networks. Right now, you have a network of people that are doing great things in your space that can be your accountability partner, that can motivate you to keep pushing and doing this stuff, and also give you access to the markets. They give access to the market, and this now enables innovation to reach more people. Like I kept on saying, sustainable your innovation technology is like an enabler to help you to reach more people. Is for you to just, so for example, your idea can be in community A, but community C needs it. But you can't leave community A to community C, maybe because you are married or because you have your family there or because of your schooling there. With technology, you can now solve community C's problem by reaching them. Do you understand? So that is it. That is how it is for us to understand how the importance of technology in driving our innovative ideas through using the SDGs. I'm going to end on this note that everyone has a role to play in harnessing innovation and technology for sustainable development goal. Everyone. It could be the fact that you're using your phone to give news updates of what is happening around you, or you're using your phone to solve problems of telling social businesses like yourself the new policies that are out there. Everyone has a role to play. What role can you play? You need to take your time to identify what role you can play with technology. Technology can be with, doesn't necessarily, like I said, it doesn't necessarily need to be you developing a product. It can be as much as you using tech-enabled devices to solve your problem, or platforms to solve your problem, just for you to reach more people. And I would really end on this note, and I hope that I'll be in the comment section checking if there are questions. Um, if there are questions that can be asked so that I can answer these questions. Thank you so much. Okay. My startup is into the production of poultry, litter semi-organic fertilizers using.
Sorry, we apologize for that break. While we wait for her to come back and finish up with the class, if you have any question, please kindly share your question so she can take the questions. But please ensure that you may not be able to take too much of questions, but we'll be taking the first 5 or 6 questions, please. Because this session will be stopping by 10 o'clock. We will finish this class by 10 o'clock. We will be doing just one session today to round up our class for the masterclass, the whole session for the masterclass. And if there's going to be any other further announcement, it will be shared with you before the end of this class.
Janet, I just wanted to know. I heard that the meeting ended earlier. Am I good to answer the questions, or is my time up?
Apologies, no, I think so, there was a mistake from the studio. We sincerely apologize that happened. Please, I would love if you can pick it up from where you stopped.
Let me go back to the group
I hope
where.
you can see the questions. I hope you have access to the questions
Oh yes, I have. I was actually
because
answering some.
we should be rounding up by 10 o'clock. That's like 15 minutes more.
Okay, all right. We would end up before then.
Thank you.
Okay, so apologies everyone for the slight interruption. I want to see when we want submit his or her choice of how do you go about if your solution is more. I've answered that question already. Um, since now, remember next, what is it? Ma'am, now the most schools of vacation, what do we do as regards to my observation is that State Lab, that students can go through and learn more, both online and offline textbooks. I need recommendations, please. I'm a core member working on a project of grading and syncing of a bond. How do I get funds for that, please? Okay, so Mary, it depends. So there are for you to get this kind of funding, I think what you need to do is now put expertise of proposal writing to NGOs, right, non-profit organizations that are willing to, support this your ideas. So there are a lot of non-profit organizations. I think they are the people that always have budgets to support community building. So you can reach out to them, look for the best ones. There are a lot of them. Oladelefa Jemirokan, Biodan Ibikunle. There are a whole lot that have these budgets that can help you to solve it. So if you can write to them, do your research, look for non-profits in Nigeria that are willing. So don't go far off looking for the big ones that you might feel like a proposal might not like there's no NGO that is big, but then that is not accessible, right? But then you need to go through the ones that are community based for now, that you can easily access them and they can give you funding to solve this problem. So if you can reach out to them, then how can one can help you? How can one in creative industry like music make use of innovative technology to reach out to more people and bring about transformation? Now, Mr. Bright, it's it's easy. If you have right now we're on Zoom learning, right? Your creative industry music, I need to understand, is it for them to sing, or is it for them to write, to do songwriting, or is it for them to be able to play instruments? You can teach them these things virtually. Bring out maybe 6 weeks of your time, come up with an outline of what you want to teach them, and take them bit by bit to teach them on this project, and they can learn the skill that can help them to grow and become better. So you don't need to go into a community and set up. No, you can do it online. Pick up maybe every Saturday, teach them how to sing or write songs that are good, or how to make the notes. They have apps that can help them to solve these problems, right? Ma'am, the most why is the upper extreme of Nigeria not emphasizing or encouraging youth on SDGs? No, it's not like upper streams are not um, trying to make us solve SDGs or trying to support us. It is, what are you doing? We can do it by ourselves. We don't need for them to come up with okay, this is the funding that we are giving to youth. No, we can start by the little you have. Start with the little you have. You now encourage more people to bring out their own little to also join on the big cause of something. What are young people doing to solve this problem? What are young people doing? So you don't need to have to wait when the government comes and say, oh, okay, we want to support you, we endorse you, take this money. No, start with what you have. You buy exercise books for young people to become better if they are writing or learning. Do you teach young people how to write better? Do you help young people that in primary school or secondary school don't know how to spell or this to learn spelling in the easiest way they can? What are you doing from your own end to solve this problem? You don't need to wait for them. Now, when you do it, when you now do these things, that's when now when you now see fundings that are supporting what you're doing or projects that are supporting what you're doing, they can now easily embed in your business because they believe that you've done it on your own and now you are willing that they can trust you to now do when you now get the funding. I really like you. Like you try to train no problem. I really appreciate. My information was on the last slide. It will also be sent on the slide. I saw someone talking about something. There was a question. How do you access online textbooks? Online textbook. I don't know if you've heard of EduPoint. I don't know if you know if you heard of EduPoint. Try to reach out to them. They help a lot with all those things. And Owando Foundation as well. Owando Foundation actually helps young people access textbooks, so you can write to them, and they can also like help you out. Can you suggest an app or technology that we can use to help people from on health? That's what I said. So for people in rural communities, most of them use the small phones that are buttons, right? So you can find a way to give bulk SMSs, right, in localized languages or make random calls, localized languages, telling them, it can be like local calls, telling them about health. It can be once a month or once in 2 weeks or every week. It depends on how the funding you have to solve that problem. You can call them and tell them, oh, okay, are we going to do your checkup? Have you done this? That's how you can reach rural communities. You have top programs to sponsor businesses. Yes, there are a lot of programs that, so these days now, no program goes without asking what SDG are you solving. So there are a lot of programs that come up with things like that that can help you to solve your problems by funding you to solve the problems of the community, right? So yeah, I think I'm not really seeing so much other questions. In that case, I might pause. Yes, but I want to say thank you to you and SDSM for this opportunity. And I'm really happy that a lot of young people here are doing so many fantastic things. And yes, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have questions that you are not able to ask here or I didn't ask because I didn't see them. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn um, so that we can actually answer those questions. So yes, thank you so much. And yeah, bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chioma. Please can we give Chioma a virtual round of applause? Thank you so much, ma, for sharing that with us. It's been a great one, and we're grateful for the opportunity to learn from you on behalf of the entire leadership of SDSN. We look forward to applying the knowledge and skills gained from the workshop in our endeavors to advance sustainable development goals. Once again, we say a very big thank you for your dedication and your commitment to making a positive impact in our world. Thank you so much. We will be reaching out to you again. And trust us, we will be sharing your slide with the participants. So if anybody missed out in any way or anytime, they can go back to check the slides. And also, this is going to be on YouTube for as long as possible, so you can definitely revisit it back. Thank you so much once again for sharing that with us. We really appreciate you, ma'am. Do have a wonderful holiday. And now back to us. Please, I hope that all participants are aware that the test is around the corner. So test is around the corner. Ensure that you go back to your slides or you go back to the videos and watch them again. Make sure you cross all your T's because you want to come out in flying colors. More information about this will be shared by Mr. Emmanuel when it comes out. Mr. Emmanuel, please, if you are ready to come up, I'm ready. Mr. Emmanuel, are you there?
Okay, good morning, Janet. Good morning, everyone. I believe you're all having a good day. And let me say holiday per se. Maybe it's an holiday. And thank you to our facilitator. Yeah, so good. An amazing session this morning indeed. We quickly react to some questions. I know that we have some questions in line to the phase 2 of the program. Basically, that's what I'm to do this morning. And I'll just appreciate each and everyone to use, you can use the Ask Me form if you still have the link, or you can use the comment section on YouTube to quickly ask your question in line to the phase 2 of the program, because we want to ensure that each and every one of us have adequate information as regards what is being expected. So if you have a question which you want to ask in line to phase 2 of this program, please just drop it in the comment section on YouTube. We are going to pick it up from there and get to attend to each of the questions. Okay, just let me try as much as possible to have some questions before I start responding to them, because I know definitely the repeated questions, and I want to believe that we've all had a very amazing session all through from the first masterclass, all through from the onboarding session till today. And I think that's one feedback I would really love each and everyone to also share with us. Maybe in just one word, tell us your experience. Just use the word. Maybe it's been interesting, it's been amazing. Just use one word. It's the comment section with one word. I'm going to respond to the questions actually, but it's the comment section with just one word that that explains that. We just want to have that feedback. Very, very important. Yeah, okay. I'm here to see comments. Impactful. Aisha said impactful. Okay, it has been an amazing week today. I can see amazing from Godwin. Wisdom said great. Awesome. We are so glad that each and every one of you have been able to gain adequate knowledge. Okay, I can see a lot of comments coming. Wow, superb. Wow, awesome. I can see a lot of people saying impactful, inspiring, awesome. Okay, expository. That's another word. That's another word entirely. So glad to hear that. I want to say another word entirely. It's worth attending. Maza, it's worth attending. Yeah, like I said, right from the onboarding session, it's a life-changing experience for each and every one of us. And this is something you do and you never regret. Motivating. Yasmin said motivating. Eyes opening, Abiola. Wow, these are good ones. These are good comments. And it's so good to hear each and every one of us sharing our feedbacks and testimony so far regarding the program. Just in a minute, we'll try as much as possible to speak about the next phase of this program. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to connect to my second device. I would like to do that with my second device. Okay, I'm still going to respond to all the questions actually, but this is very, very important. Okay. Just a thank you so much. Okay, I can see a lot of people talking about the masterclass session, and I can see some people talking about the other session that has to do with own a school, and I can see some people talking about the webinar aspects. Yeah, these are very key, important areas that each and every one of us needs to be well informed about. Yeah, and I also believe that we still have our program guide with us.
which entails the timeline of the program. And we believe that each and every one of you are getting to plan towards the next phase of the program. So the very first question which I'm going to be responding to is a question that has to do with own a school projects. I can see someone asking regarding the own a school projects. And the very first thing which you have to do regarding own a school projects is to submit the name of the school which you want to have your own a school project on. And the idea of one school project is you getting to identify a school that is very close to you, a school that is very close to you, and which you can get to carry out your SDG advocacy project. One, we have for this program, we have two key things which we are going to be doing, both phase 2 and phase 3 of the program, but it's both embedded in the phase 2. That's the own a school projects and also the virtual advocacy projects, which we are going to be doing. So the very first thing which you have to do is to submit the name of school which you want to carry out your own school projects. And after which you are done, this is going to be reviewed by the program managers, and they are going to get back to you after they've completed the review, and give you a go ahead to carry out your own school projects. But most importantly, you need to know that the school which you are working with must be within your environment. I mean, must be at least 5 kilometers, no more than 5 kilometers away from your current location. And we want to ensure that each and every one are implementing this project with no or low cost. I mean, you are not incurring any cost on these own school projects which you are getting to engage on. So most importantly, we want to ensure that each and every one of you also have easy access to your respective school location which you want to carry out your own school projects. So, I don't know if by now there is anyone that is having challenge submitting the name of his or her school. If you have a challenge submitting the name of your school, I would like to have you just notify in the comment section what exactly is the challenge and why have you been unable to submit the name of your school. So you can just hit the comment section with that. You can just hit the comment section with that if you're having challenge in doing that. Okay, I want to assume that there is nobody that has not submitted his or her school on a school location. But if you have any technical challenge, I will say that might be from your end, because the form is still very open and the form is still very, very active. So very, very important for you to ensure you get to submit this before the stipulated deadline. And the deadline is tonight. So, okay, I can see something from Peter, Guide to Proposal Writing the Virtual Advocacy and Management of Time, Deferment of Time for own a school projects. I've not been getting email at all. I have to send email every week to ask for my assessments. Okay. I'm going to respond to other questions that has to do with schools on vacation. I'm also going to respond to that, but I just want to ensure that I respond to the very first part of this, the one that has to do with the own a school. And I will do well to speak about that other aspect of school on vacation and what is going to be the timeline for the program. we all know that some schools are going on vacation and some are going to be resuming back to mid-April or towards the end of April. But most importantly, the very first thing which you've been asked to do is to submit the school which you want to carry out your own school projects. And once you are done, they will give you the introduction letter and you can get to submit back. But for now, what we are going to be proceeding to next is our virtual advocacy, and we are going to run that in line to the own school project as well. And each and every one of us are going to be participating individually.
I hope you can still hear me. Okay, each and every one of us are going to be participating individually in the virtual advocacy project. And there are some resources that will be shared with us. There are some resources that are going to be shared with us in line to the virtual advocacy. And one of the resources is the organization is going to design a generalized flyer for each and every one, which you can get to use, you can get to re-edit on Canva and to meet the style of your own projects. Maybe you are having a Twitter space session, or you're having a YouTube session, or you're having a LinkedIn virtual session. But whichever platform which you know that's very convenient for you, that's the platform which you are meant to use. So you can get to choose any platform which is very, very convenient for you. And also, for those who want to invite a speaker from outside to speak in your virtual session, it's just a maximum of a speaker. And if you want to have it as a live session with your friends, yeah, you can also feature their pictures in the flyer. You can also feature their information in your virtual promotion content. But most importantly, once this Canva link has been shared with us, let's try as much as possible to save it as our home. You know, the reason why I'm saying this is it's just a single design that is going to be shared with everybody. And the design that Rachel is working on is going to be different from the design that I'm going to be working on. Or definitely it's going to be different from the design Opolua Shonibare is going to be working on. Most importantly, once this design has been shared with us, ensure you save it to your own as your own document. So once you save as your own document, then you can now redesign to meet your own need. So, and this engagement is going to start officially 2nd of April. And that's what we are going to be doing first while the schools are on break. And that's going to be the next line of our engagement. But don't forget, I think Dorcas earlier mentioned that regarding the assessment. The assessment we are having tomorrow is very, very important. In all of this, if you don't participate in the assessment, there is no how you are going to be able to participate in all of this phase 2 and phase 3 of the program. So it's very, very important for you to participate in the assessment and to ensure that you engage actively. Initially, the virtual advocacy was meant to commence 15th of April, but officially it's going to be scheduled to 2nd of April. You can get to initiate from 2nd of April and start doing your promotion and all. We hope that before then, the flyer will have been shared with you via email. I mean, the flyer template will have been shared with you via email. And also, you can also get to redesign to meet your needs. So, and once you are done, there is a template which is going to be shared with you for you to submit your report. And please, during your session, ensure you have a screenshot of your session. And most especially, attenders, people that participated, what were the discussions, what were the resolutions from your session, and what can you say was your achievement through this. That's what is going to be detailed in your report. It's just a 2-page report which you are going to be submitting. And the program leads are going to be sharing that with you as well towards that's going to be in the month of May. Your submissions are going to be in the month of May. And however, this month of April and the very first week of May is when you have to execute your projects, most especially the virtual advocacy and own a school. And regarding schools that are on vacation, since you know you've already selected a school, and once the school has been approved for you, you can get to re-engage with the school when they resume. And you still have to mid-April to carry out your own school projects. So you still have to mid-April to carry out your own school projects, and you still have to then before you submit your report. But the program is still going to close 24th of May. I think that's just the most important thing I need to communicate with each and every one of us. So I think I can respond to each and everyone's direct question now. And if there are things like that, or okay, can we use a WhatsApp platform? No, you can't use the WhatsApp platform. You can either use the LinkedIn platform, Twitter Space, Google Meet, or Zoom. Yeah, and those are the platforms you can make use of. I can see a question from Onyekachi. I live in Lagos and chose a school in Anambra. Please, I kindly ask that to be approved. Well, that is not an issue, in as much as that's where you want to carry out your own school project. I know you are going to be there. You are going to be there. So, okay. I also want to see, can we use WhatsApp for, no, you can't use WhatsApp for advocacy. I've clarified that, Joseph, Nicodemus. Please, how will the assessment be tomorrow? Your assessment is going to be, so it's based on the learnings you've had from the masterclass session. It's not outside the masterclass session. And basically it's to test your knowledge. And it's centers around the SDGs. So they might even ask you that, what's the full meaning of SDGs? And there's this question people always feel, the full meaning of SDSM. Some people keep failing, a lot of people keep failing that. And I've actually told you one or two questions, but that's fine anyway. And I can see a question from Dantata. Please, are we watching a recorded presentation? Because I don't understand. So all these presentations are not pre-recorded, my dear. They are live presentations, and each and every one are getting to join on YouTube. And you know that the maximum that Zoom can host is over 1,000, and we are over 1,000 on this course. So the best platform each and everyone can get to engage without leaving anyone behind is on YouTube. Can we collaborate with a learning partner on a school project? Or yeah, you can get to have a friend, your colleagues to be part of it. Just it's your project. And so I want to see, can we use Facebook Live? I'm not sure you can use Facebook Live. Make use of those 4 platforms that has been shared with you. So, and once the schools has been approved, are resuming. Once the schools have been approved, we can get to engage further. And most importantly, the link which you are going to be using for your session, you have to create your link yourself. You have to create your link yourself. So, and the person asking question regarding materials for masterclass session, go back to the last email that was shared with you. Beyond the materials for masterclass sessions, there are some other materials that has been shared with you. Please try as much as possible to attend to that. And the time for assessment tomorrow is 10 a.m. West African time. So, and the person asking question regarding secondary or primary school, yeah, you can carry out your project in either a primary or secondary school, or either a public or private school, whichever one which is very close to you, and you know you can get to engage based on. I just want to go through the comment section. So the school, Wisdom said the school I went to requesting letter of introduction. So definitely, there's going to be a letter of introduction the organization are going to share with you. And all you just have to do is to fill the name of the school which you want to carry out on a school project, fill your name and add your phone number, and they are going to get in contact with you. Howonika, I don't really get your question. You can reach out via email to explain further. So, and I want to believe that all questions have been answered. Rachel, please, you can also get to check through the YouTube session if there is any question I actually missed out. And and the templates for your report are going to be shared with you. So you don't need to crack your brain regarding how to come up with your report. So it's just a very official and standardized template which you are to follow. But most importantly, for on a school project, virtual advocacy, ensure you have pictures, take pictures. Ensure you take your pictures, which are evidence of you implementing your project, and also to tell more about your impact projects which you've engaged on within the year. Okay, I want to believe that all questions have been answered. We are going to share the link for assessment with you. By tomorrow morning, you are going to receive the link for assessment, and you're also going to receive the link for tasks for the week. That's still very important. Tasks for the week, you are to get that done before Sunday evening. And yeah, you complete that, and successful participants moving to phase 2 are going to be notified latest by Monday evening, and you can get to proceed and engage further. All right, it's good to have each and every one of you on this call, and we believe it's been an impactful one indeed. So your virtual advocacy, I can see a question. You can engage with other people, you can invite speakers, you can engage with, you can invite other people to be part of your virtual advocacy. You can engage with organizations to be part of your virtual advocacy. Basically, it's you driving the attainment of SDGs, and also getting to sensitize the general public the more. So I always say one thing, that's a partnership for the goals. So whatever that is going to make any project easy for anyone, just get it done. But there are modalities to that. Just ensure that you follow the due process. Like I earlier mentioned, you can be the speaker in the virtual advocacy if you want to speak yourself, and you can also get to invite someone. So all this information and all these documents are going to be shared with you, and by next week, each and everyone can get to engage. So please, I want to believe that there is no more question, and if there are other questions, this I believe it's going to be clarified. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of, and this is our last master. Again, let me reiterate that these are what if one can be available. Baki Sue, I can see your comments. What if one can be available at the time of assessment? Wow, that's just that's going to affect your progress in the program. Whoever that does not participate in tomorrow's assessment is totally out of the program. So that's just the summary. So you must do everything possible to ensure you write the assessments. So I won't want a situation whereby anyone will be left behind. Just ensure that you do everything possible to write the assessments 10 a.m. tomorrow, and something you can complete within 10 to 15 minutes, and some spend 30 minutes on it, but I know that is something you can complete within 10 to 15 minutes. So except you have a flight to board at that particular time, and you duly inform the appropriate authorities if that's the case. So I wish each and everyone a wonderful weekend and holiday as well.